You ready? You got me running, you got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, baby. Raise your hands up, raise them up. Hey, good evening. This is your girl, Yvonne Michelle, here for another week of After Dark. Yes. And it has been an incredible day so far. It's been a busy day. I'm tired. I have to be honest. Just finished an awards where I was up for an award. And I got to the finals. I didn't win, but you know what? It's a good experience. So tonight on After Dark, what are we talking about? What's happening here? Well, we are talking about situationship tonight. So what does that mean? Well, we've been having many conversations over the weeks and many things come up in conversation, and sometimes we go off and sometimes we come back. But one of the things that have been highlighted in conversation is the fact that in terms of relationships, how difficult it is to actually find someone who is single. And so I wanted to find out, what does single actually mean? And that stems from a conversation that came after last week's show and the week before, where I was told by a male counterpart that most of these men who are on here, who are talking, who are not willing to come forward, are not exactly single. And I said, what do you mean by that? They say they're single. And the person said, from they have a friend with benefit, or they have a booty call, or whatever you want to call it, a situationship, then that then makes the person unavailable. So therefore, not really single. So tonight, we are going to be thrashing it out tonight, because I know there are many, many people who are like, yeah, if you're single, you've got a booty call or someone that's scratching that itch, you're still single. We're going to explore that tonight, because I would like to say for the record that I do not believe that the people who are having booty calls or who have friends with benefits are in fact single. They are not. There's another name for them, but single is not it. So without further ado, I am going to call in and go into the green room and take out those panel members who are there, who are ready on the buzzer, ready like Freddie to have something to say. So without further ado, who's in the green room? Are we going to bring the men in first?
Hey, wow, good to see you, lady.
Good to see you. So glad you're back. We haven't.
I know. I'm happy. I'm happy for me as well. What a conversation to come on. Honestly, on this conversation, this is going to be a fantastic night. I can feel it already. But yes, I'm ready. Let's have this. Let's do this, Stevie. Come on. Oh.
Are you ready for it, Kels? Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's bring this on. Honestly, I'm ready.
Okay. Let's see who else is in the green room. Hey, Tony, how you doing?
Hi, guys. How are you guys? Hope you're well.
Great. I'm great. You ready for it, Tony?
Sure am. Ready like Freddie.
I'm ready like Freddie.
Ready.
All right.
Ready nightmare, yeah? And I'm straight.
Okay. So who else have we got in the green room? We've got a blank screen so far. Lady Destiny, Faye. Hey, Faye.
Hello. Hi, all.
Hey, Faye.
Hey, Faye, honey, you good?
I'm good. You?
Okay. So this is good. Faye, do you have another light at all? Because you're a little bit dark. And we've got Pierre.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Is it Perry or Pierre?
Perry.
Perry. All right, we've got a new male in the group, in the panel, representing the males. We've got Perry here. So welcome, Perry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice of you to be here. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Good. I'm glad you.
Let's do this.
So the guys are ready. The ladies are going to come in. Do we have any ladies available? If not, we will start with the men, because I think this is a good place to start, and then we'll bring the ladies in. Good evening, Evadne Saniford. Good to see you here this evening on the After Dark show. Barbara Carriman, hi, how are you doing? She's saying, hey panel, you ready? You're ready? All right then. Okay, so many people say that they define themselves as single, right? In a time some friends with benefits, are we really single, or have we created a myth of what singleness really is? If I accept and participate in a booty call scenario, friends with benefits scenario, am I truly single? Yeah. So what defines singleness? What and also, because one of the things that was said on here, one of the comments was that they're internet single. So we want to understand what that means, internet single. So if anyone has any ideas, and are you really being honest? Are people, men and women, really being honest about their situationship? So we are going to go with a deep dive into this conversation this evening, and I'm going to start with my brethren here, because he hasn't been here for a few weeks. I'm going to bring him in. He's smiling as always, so I'm going to bring Kels in. Kels, I know you've been ready for this one, so I'm going to bring you in first. Tell me.
Okay, situationship, yeah, or singleship. I think there's just one word that comes to me is you're either single or you're committed to somebody. So if you're in a commitment, then you're no longer single. I think that's it for me for sure. So I think for me it's in 4 stages. So you can be seeing somebody. You could be seeing somebody, going out with somebody, courting, and being engaged to married. So it's being engaged to marry someone. So if you can see as many people as you want. I think it's when you are now going out with someone, I think that's when you then you both have to make a choice or a decision of if you two are obviously looking to get to know each other to take it to courtship. So I think if you're not at that stage of going out with someone to then get to know them some more, I think you're just seeing someone, which then I think you're more single then than when you're going out with someone. I think from there, that's when you two have to decide if the next stage after that will be courting. That's where I'm at with that conversation. So once again, just to reiterate, seeing someone, going out with someone, courting, and then being engaged to marry somebody. That's the 4 steps that comes to me.
Okay, so we've got 4 steps. So people, you don't know we've got 4 steps, yeah? Okay, Tony's holding his face. So you know what? I'm going to bring in Tony, right? Because I'm just watching body language. Come in, Tony. Kellion's saying there's 4 stages. What do you reckon?
So I'm really a little bit confused, Kels. Which of them 4 is single?
I think the first one is definitely single.
Yeah.
I think the second one is you obviously wanted to go out with them to get to know them further. So I don't think that's necessarily single. I think the first one is definitely single.
So going out with someone is you're
literally. I don't think you're single then.
You're not single. What was the third one?
Courting.
Courting.
Yeah.
See, courting and engaged to me are the same thing.
I don't think so, personally speaking. Because when you're engaged to get married to that person.
I see Faye is nodding, but okay, for your discussion, I'll take that. But either way, that one there is definitely not single. But I don't think you've really addressed some of the ones that Yvonne has brought to the table. So, as in, if you have a friend with benefits, that doesn't fall under any of your categories.
Basically, you're still single.
Okay. And then what's the other one that Yvonne said was a booty call. So if you have a booty call,
you're single. That's just booty. To
me, a booty call and a friend with benefits is almost the same thing, really, isn't it?
There's a difference.
There's a difference. I'd like that difference explained. I don't know the difference. Is that possible, Yvonne? Can you explain that one?
I can explain. In my world, this is in my world, right? So whoever's listening, you can say what you like, but this is in Yvonne's world, right? A booty call is somebody that can call you at any time and say, yeah, what you doing? There's no conversation. You're not really friendly. It is solely and utterly about the business. They come, they do the business, and they're gone. They're ducking out. Bye. Nice one. Cheers. Thank you very much. A friend with benefits is somebody that you have maybe a companionship with, maybe on that level where you are both supposed to know that it's nothing more than the sex, but there are conversation. You might go out, you might go and get a pizza, so it's a little bit more together. Whereas a booty call is like, I'm just coming to slam. That's it.
Okay. I totally understand that. Yep. And there is a difference between them two. So, so the booty call.
You're trying to decide which one you are, Theo, huh? Tony.
What's that, Tim?
A long time,
You're trying to decide. You're trying to decide which one you are.
Yeah.
Just say which one you are. Say which one you are.
So
just be honest, innit?
I'm single. Right.
Right.
I'm single. With benefits. That's single. The booty call. That's single. All the other stuff that you explained, Kels, that's not single. That's taken, spoken for.
I don't know about spoken for. I think that's that word. I know where you're going, but I don't think that's the word though. Yeah. But anyway, we'll just leave it there.
Okay. So Tony, so you're saying friends with. So just to be clear, Tony, you're saying that friends with benefit is single.
Yeah.
And booty call, you're still single.
Yeah.
Okay. So Pierre, I keep calling you Pierre.
Hey.
You've got a new name.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to bring you in, Perry. What are your thoughts?
For me, if you're getting a booty call and you got friends with benefits, you're not single. Single is when you haven't got nothing. No girl, if you're a guy, no girl, no sex, no nothing. Then you're single. That's my thing.
Right. Do you want to add anything to that? Because I think that's very clear. Wonderful.
No, that's it.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. For those of you who are just joining, this is After Dark, and we are talking about situationship today. We are trying to define what single really means, what it really means, because we've seen it over the previous weeks. We've tried to connect men and women together, and we find that they're not taking us up on our offer. So therefore, are they really single? That's the question. Or what is singleness? Right. So I'm going to bring in the ladies now. So we have a new lady. We've got Lady Destiny here. Hi, Destiny. I want to welcome you to the show. Can you hear me, Destiny? I think Destiny's frozen. So I'm going to move on to Destiny. You moving? No. Yes, you are. No.
Still frozen.
Okay. So Faye, I'm going to bring you in. What do you think? We got Kelly on 4 stages.
I don't know about the 4 stages. As far as I'm concerned, there's 2 stages. Single or there's single or not. So I'm single. So I could be in a friends with benefits situation. I could be in a booty call situation. I could be dating. I'm still single. Until I declare that man my man, I'm still single. When I'm not single is when I have a man that I'm declaring to the whole world that he's my man, and then I'm not single. That's it, period.
That's it.
Okay. And this is...
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. I want to get Destiny. Can you come in? Have you got? Can we hear you? Okay. So Georgina Williams saying more time a booty call and friends with benefits comes from people who are already in a relationship and want a little bit more.
No, I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that. The people that I've been friends with benefits with are single just like me. We come to an understanding and we're talking. I wouldn't have a friends with benefit situation with somebody who's in a relationship with somebody else. That's an affair. That's totally different. That's very different.
Fair enough.
It's an affair. That's totally
an affair.
That's different, yeah.
Okay. So Destiny, I want you to go out and come back in because you are frozen. Yeah. So if you can go out and come back in, that's lovely. Right. Okay. So, all right. So this is very interesting because I actually lean side with Perry. I'm with you, Perry. I'm with you 100%. Now, I'm not saying that I haven't been in a booty call or friends with benefit situationship. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is I agree with Perry because I believe that if you are single, then you are singleness here first, right? Singleness in mind. And I think that if you are having those extracurricular activities, you're not actually single here.
That's right.
Because you are engaging in something that requires more. It requires more of you giving of yourself, regardless of whether you have an intimate relationship that leads to marriage. That's irrelevant. The fact that you're coming together with somebody, then for me in my head tells me that Satma Guan. If Satma Guan, you're not single, and on top of that, if you are in these relationships, it's less likely that you will go and find a relationship that you actually want because you get complacent as human beings do. It's human nature. I'm not saying all the time, but it's human nature to just hang on, do whatever, and that's it. So I don't believe personally that singleness is when you have a booty call or friends with benefit. They're actually on the side. They're kind of like on the sideline. Yeah. And then to bring in what Kel says, so I kind of get it, but I would say when you are dating, when you are dating, like you're going out, because dating is not exchanging body fluids. It's not. Dating is getting to know, meeting somebody, right? So this is me. So dating is single. So when you then say that you want to start making it a little bit more intimate, you actually going out with that person, and that's the person that you're out with and doing stuff with, then I put that's where it becomes complicated, because they had that situation on Facebook. They'd say, I'm in a relationship. Oh, it's complicated. Blah, blah. Yeah, it's complicated because you're working it out. Then you've got the courting where you've made a declaration that this is the person that you want to get to know even further. So you're going somewhere. And then where the engagement, I've got engagement/marriage is commitment. That's where you've made that. This is who it is.
Yeah.
That's it. But for me, when you are a friends with benefit you are in that situation. It's neither here and it's neither there. But something is going on, and that is what causes or can cause some of the breakdown in relationships where people have, because they don't know what it is, why they're doing it, and so it all becomes a big mess. That's me. I'm going to bring in Destiny, and just to get an idea of what Destiny thinks singleness is. Right, you got to unmute yourself. You're muted. Can we unmute Destiny, please? Thank you. Wonderful. I still have no sound. No sound at all. Destiny, can you check your sound for me, please? While you're doing that, so I can see Kels nodding and shaking and nodding. I can see Tony shaking and nodding and maybe not. So come on, from the comment that I made, we'll bring Destiny back in when her bits are sorted out. From the comments I've just made, are we not in agreement, or are we in agreement with what I said?
I like what you said.
I don't agree.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
I don't.
Okay.
I just believe, for me, and I can only speak for me, I'm ready to receive the person that, you know, is meant to be in my life permanently, and I'm actively looking for that person. Whether I'm in a friends with benefits, booty call, my attention is not on that person. My attention is on that person when I'm with that person. Outside of that, there's no attention there. At the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, I kind of, because when I tell people I've been single for as long as I've been single for, oh, you've been single and you've not had any sex. So they're equating the sex and the singleness, and the two don't go hand in hand. You're either single not having sex, or single, you're not single if you're having sex. So to me, if I'm listen, I am not going to go 12 years without sex. Sorry, not for anybody. And if that's the case, I'm giving myself that drought, not on anybody's life. So I am still single until I have somebody that I say is my man, regardless of whatever situation. Because in my mind, I'm ready. I'm ready to receive that person. Anybody else is really insignificant.
Yeah, Yvonne, actually, let me interject. Actually, so I agree with you in parts. So I hear what Faye is saying as well. I'm saying that with regards to mentally speaking, if you feel as though you are engaging with that person to the point where you want to go out with them to get to know them more, and then to court them to take it that much further, then you're no longer single. Any booty call or friendship benefits, that to me that necessarily isn't being. I don't think that, I wouldn't regard that as you. Well, you're not single. So you are single. So as far as I'm saying, you are single.
Sure.
At that point.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get all the words in order now. There's so much information there. Yeah, if it's friends and benefits, you know what I mean. If you're booty call, as far as I'm concerned, you're still single. That's my opinion. You're still single.
Okay. Anyone else want to come in? Oh, let me say good evening to Lorraine. Lorraine, how are you? Let's test out your mic, please, darling.
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Lolly.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Right.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud.
Sorry?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Loud and clear. No, we can't hear you, Destiny.
Oh, right.
So there is something.
Okay, so yeah, when someone says to me they're single, I think with me.
Yeah, Lolly, talk.
Go on, talk.
Talk, honey, talk.
You can't hear me.
I can hear you.
You.
We can hear you.
Can't hear me.
We can hear you, Lorraine.
We can hear you.
Yeah. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Can you hear me at all? Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Right. So yeah, when someone says to me they're single, I assume I think you must be really behind. You must be really behind, because when I'm talking, you keep saying I can hear you.
Yeah, because we can hear you. Why mute
We can hear you.
yourself? Unmute yourself. You're not cracking me up today. Unmute yourself, darling.
There's a delay.
Yeah, there is a slight delay. Yeah. Yeah.
There must be a really bad. So I was saying, if someone says to me they're single, I think that they are not in any sort of sexual activity at all. That's how I see it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Thank
All
you.
right.
Can we get Destiny in? Can we get any sound from Destiny?
I think I'm okay now, Yvonne.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm okay. Can you hear me now?
We've got volume.
I think I'm okay.
We've got volume.
Can you?
Just
Yeah. Can you hear me?
The sound
Just
is
about.
okay, but the picture is lagging.
Yeah, you're not coming through. So
Oh.
again, if you come out and come back in and see if that's any better, we might have to leave it because we can't get you moving.
No, I'll just go. Yeah.
Yeah. So try it again and we will move on. All right. So Lorraine has said that when she starts talking to somebody, she naturally assumes that if they say they're single, they're not having a sexual relationship with anybody else. That's a good one. Lorraine's popped out and I'm sure she'll be back. Perry, why do you say that you think that if you're saying you're single, then you don't have a booty call, you don't have friends with benefits? Why do you say that?
Because if you're truly single, then you shouldn't really have any partners at all, in my opinion. And you're obviously trying to get your mind around everything, trying to get your mind sorted out. And when you do have a partner, or even if you're seeing somebody for sex, or a booty call, whatever you want to call it, they're not really single because you got somebody there. You got somebody seeing regular. Even if you've seen that person twice a month, once a month. But when you're single, in my opinion, you don't have anybody whatsoever. Even if you're looking, you don't have anybody. So if you have a booty call or you have a regular person you see, you have sex with or what have you, then you can't really call yourself single, can you? And if you do call yourself that, you bloody lie to yourself.
So can I ask Perry, what do you call yourself if you're in that situation?
You're basically seeing somebody. Simple as that. It might not be serious. Fair enough. No, but that's your opinion. So it might not be serious. Okay, that's fine. You might only see that person as somebody you want to have sex with. That's fine. And you have an understanding with that person, but you're definitely not single. Not if you're seeing that person on a regular basis. So I suggest people have admitted themselves. They're not single. They have got somebody they see. It's never going to amount to anything. Just sex. Simple as that.
But I say to that, okay, so if you're honest with yourself, and I'm honest with myself, so if I meet somebody and they ask me if I'm single, they may ask me if I'm single, and I will tell them yes. But I will also tell them I've been seeing XYZ, seeing that person, and it's just as the relationship is. Do you get what I mean? Because naturally, when people ask if you're single, and I tell them how long I've been single for, they naturally assume I'm not even having sex. But what I will tell them is, and that's it. So they can either take that or leave that. it's up to you to take that or leave that or believe me or not believe me. But that is the situation. I'm very honest with anybody who I encounter if I'm in that situation at that time. And even with the person that I'm having that relationship with, I will say to them, listen, I'm actively looking for my one. So this is what it is. This is where we're at. And that's a conversation before we even start. And so for me, everybody's clear. And if you don't like it, sorry, that's what it is.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you a quick example then. It's like when people say, it's like when you have single mothers or single fathers. If a mother is if a woman looking after children and she has no man helping her out at all, then she's a single mother or single parent. If she has somebody who helps on a regular basis, even if that person's not a partner, or not like, you know, like a husband or whatever, and she's not really a single parent. She's getting help financially by the guy, or she's not for the children.
No, she's not. She's not a single parent. Parents are two. So regardless of whether he's in the picture or not, she's not a single parent. She might be looking after the child on her own, but she's not a single parent because it needed two of them to make her make the child in the first place.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
She's always got. He's there in the forefront or in the background. He's still a parent. There's still two parents to that child, regardless. So she's never a single.
But then,
I know we refer to it as single, but really, she's looking after the child on her own.
So there's no such thing as a single parent?
Without the aid of partner. We use the term. We use the term loosely, don't we?
Yeah, but he's not single.
Can I just clarify something for you in terms of this? And it's about the single, the actual analogy that was used with single parents. You have a single parent who has no contact with the other parent whatsoever and is raising the child on their own. And then you have a one parent family, and this is how it is terminalized, and that is when you have two single people who are raising their children separately. They come together, they're raising them separately. So there's two different entities here. And this is a matter of fact. This is how it is. It's terminalized, if that's even a word, in society. You've got a single parent and you've got a lone parent. And they are two completely different things. And so to bring it back to the relationship, this is what the issue is. And it's funny that the comment that Faye made about the assumption that is made when people hear that she's been single for a long period of time, they don't think that she's having sex. And I'm wondering why that is. Is that because in our minds, really and truly, when we are talking about singleness, what we are saying when we have a beauty, have friends with benefits, actually live a lie. We're living a lie because we're not single. Because, and I'll tell you why, because you are exchanging body fluids with another person. That's why. That's the bottom line. And that's just me. So I'm going to come out and I'm going to...
Yeah. You know what? Because, Yvonne, even me, that if you're... I said that you're single if you're not having sex. Me, I'm the same. If Faye told me she's been single for 12 years, I would assume she's not having sex.
Yeah.
But if I've got a booty call or someone that I meet up just to sleep with, and someone asks me if I'm single, I'm going to say yes still. I don't say yes, but I've got a booty call. I just say, yeah, I'm single. Because thinking about it, I assume you're single because you're not sleeping with someone, but I don't think that for my own self because as well, to me, if I've not had a conversation with that person to say that we're in a relationship, then I'm single.
I like what Lorraine said there, actually. I agree with what she just said there.
So I assume if all of you told me you were single right now, I would, and you said you've been single for say 6 months, I would assume that for 6 months you've not slept with anybody. But if you say to me, Lorraine, are you single? And I say, yeah, I've been single for 3 years, doesn't mean to say I haven't slept with anyone for 3 years. So it's one rule for me and another one for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
That's why I said it. Because that's exactly right.
He should own, isn't it? Obviously, one person sees different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No.
think there are needs that we would like to be fulfilled at times, and so you just see it as you're just being serviced, or you're servicing someone. So you're not exactly, you're not with that person. You're just with that person for that moment, and then you go home.
But then for someone like me, it's not the same, because I get emotional attachment, especially if it's good. Boy.
You do get attached.
So then,
Yes, I agree, Lolly.
Right.
yeah, I get emotional attachment. Yeah, because
I
I'm
don't
get
I'm an
emotionally attached.
emotional, I'm an emotional and a sensual person. So if I'm gonna enjoy you, then I am emotionally invested in that act.
Okay, let me just bring in a comment from the Facebook thread here. It says everybody can't separate sex from a relationship. This is from Karen Eastman. Some people can, and those who can would say that they are single because they aren't emotionally engaged. Just to kind of add to what Lorraine was saying. But what about if you are? How does that leave you? See, we're going somewhere with this conversation. We really are going somewhere with this conversation. There will be an end to it. But I want us to keep talking, because I really kind of like blown away by how humanness in our humanness. Because like I said, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I benefit. And I'm not also saying that I haven't said in those moments that I'm single. But actually, now when I reflect back on it and look at the whole picture of the thing, I question. I've got a lot of questions, and this is why we're having this conversation. And because of what's been brought to my attention, and I'm going to say that what's been brought to my attention has been brought to me by men. I am going to say that, because it's not a female thing. I'm just going to say the men have said the reason why the men are not reacting on this forum, the reason why we're not getting any dates on this forum, is because man is not really single. Them have other things that
That's correct.
But then if we've all got somebody in the background, are any of us single? Have we ever been single? We might not have ever been single. Some people will be in a committed full-time relationship, and then when that falls apart, they ring Dave, because they know in between relationships, Dave's always there. So are they ever single?
I need to find me that Dave. I ain't got one of them.
That's the backup plan, then, isn't it?
Yeah, Big Dave.
Can you hear me, Yvonne?
If you get a Julie, fellas, you can have a Julie. And then
yes, we can.
We can have a Dave. Okay. So,
yes, Lady Destiny, just heard you just now.
So Destiny, can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Still?
we can.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me now? Yeah?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yeah. What I find is there's an assumption with especially our brothers, and they feel that because a woman doesn't give off the signal that she isn't single, that gives them the right to basically say, okay, then I'm not single myself, but yet they are single. Yeah. So for me, I find a lot of men, a lot of our brothers, they're saying that they are single, but yet they're not single in a way, because they want to check you. They want to check you, but when they finish hunting you and you give up what they think that they want, it's kind of like, oh, you're catching feelings. They don't want you to catch feelings for them because they know they're not single. And that's what it is. They know they're not single.
That's a playboy.
So, it's an emotional game. It's an emotional game that they're playing. And I find that a lot with our brothers here.
Those are players, Destiny. Those what you've just described.
Yeah, of course they're players.
Yeah, that's a straight up.
Of course they're players.
And you know what? There's just as many women playing the same game.
Yeah,
we're just stupid enough.
But why not be straight? But
Do you
why
know
not
what,
be
Lolly?
straight in the first place? If it's a booty call you want, just say it's a booty call. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So just be
So
upfront about it.
I mean,
I
this
find
is
more
the
and more of
this
them
is
are
the
playing the long
import.
game. They're playing the
This
long
is
game.
this
But
this
then
is this is
definitely
the
this-
interesting thing, ladies. I will say this: how many of you talk about the end game before you get involved with a man?
Now that's what I was going to say. If a man, which have done in the last few years, he wanted me to be his booty call, and I told him up front, I can't be your booty call because I'll catch feelings. If I enjoy you, then how are we gonna? Where will the end be? Because for me, there won't be an end because I'll be emotionally attached.
Correct.
Yeah, and I've
So
refused
So then
relationships
what
on
are
that
we
as
gonna
well.
do?
If I know I like you on another level, I'm not even starting. We're not even gonna be friends with
Yeah.
benefits. I'm not even starting.
Yeah.
If I've had one conversation with you and I'm enjoying that conversation, for me to take it to the sexual part, no, you got to be my man for that because I've already enjoyed part of you that, for me, that is the most important part. Your mind is the most important part for me. So if I'm enjoying that already, I can't even take it to a sexual level with you because I know I'm going to be feeling. So I'm only going to benefits with a person who I know under no circumstances will be my man.
I think
See,
that's where I'd have to agree
can-
with Destiny then, where she Destiny's saying that just to be honest from the forefront, because Lolly's saying that she's going to emotionally feel as though she's going to be attached. That's what Faye's saying. Men generally not all, it is just that booty, and then as Destiny was saying, thank you very much, and they, may move on. Not all men though, because some men might want to keep that booty.
I'll tell you this: when I was single, I couldn't do either because I would get emotionally attached, and I'd have that person on my mind. So for me, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do a booty call if I'm single and just be sleeping around with
You
people
can.
and women.
You can.
He couldn't. He said he couldn't.
I couldn't.
I think it's a state of mind.
There was a comment.
If I was gonna do it, it would be one person. I couldn't do it with multiple. That's one thing.
But is there a time limit on that? Because you can be not having sex for a very long time, and then you just need to have it. So, is there a time limit on that where you say, "Oh, I'm not going to do that at all until I find the person that I want to be in a relationship with"? Because I don't know in this society right now how we are, that's unrealistic for women, certainly. Because if we believe the statistics to say that there's 7 women to every man, there's going to be lots of women out here that don't even get a chance with relationships. So what do we do? What do we do with that situation? We've got to, for our own sanity, we need the dopamine, we need the adrenaline, we need all of those things. I know you can go to the gym and you can do all these other things, but having sexual contact and having contact with somebody is a very important part of human condition. So how are you then going to, 12 years on, using me as an example, if I've not had sex for 12 years, oh my God, like I'd probably die inside or something. I don't know. I'm not trying this. I don't have any intentions of trying it, but that's an option. That can't be an option. I'm not gonna.
Let me try and put a little bit of weight behind this friends with benefit thing. Friends with benefits, when I look it up, the term only started in 1995. So it's a new thing, really. Yeah, for those of us of an age, it's a new thing. And in fact, it was only really got prominence since 2005 when the film called Friends with Benefits came out. So if you count that 2005 as the start point, then before that, we never used to have a thing called Friend with Benefits. Yeah, but we knew that certain things used to go on. Yeah, but we never used to call it that. Yeah. There's lots and lots of criteria around what you call a friend with benefits. So as you said, Faye, what's the time scale for a friend with benefits for someone to be single or not single? So if I see a girl once every 3 months. Yeah. And in between, I'm still looking,
I'll
gal.
get a new friend.
What's that called?
Gal, you know. Anyway, go on.
Yeah.
Bit on the side.
Woman.
Hold on, if me watch. Yeah. So like, if you're seeing a woman every 3 months, then what's going on in between? Are you single? So at what point can you say, okay, that's single? So if I see the girl once a year, Terry, yeah, I see a girl once a year. Am I single for 12 months and then I get a ting? So there's no definition. There's lots of intangibles in here. Yeah, there's loads. So I can understand why some people in here are saying, no, that's definitely not single, where others would go, you know what, I'm still single. Because if I'm seeing somebody so sporadically in a few times a year, because you know what, in between, I'm still looking for the one, but I can't find the one, but I need to be satisfied sexually. So this person comes back into my life and offers me a night of dinner, dance, and sex, which makes me satisfied, as I think Faye is alluding to. Then I think I've got every right to say I'm still single. In between. But it boils down to, I believe, what people see as what are the tangible timescales for which one can say, yeah, I'm single. Yeah, it's like saying, when you've been married, for those of you who have been married once in your life, at what point when the relationships breaks down, can you turn to somebody else and go, I'm single? Knowing full well you're going to be married for another 2 years, because your divorce nicety won't come through for 2 years or a year and a half. Yeah, but you and this woman that was your betrothed are no longer together. So you're now looking gal. Woman. Yeah.
Woman.
Yeah.
Woman. Girl.
Woman.
Okay.
Generational thing. But you see where I'm coming from. There's lots of intangibles which make the discussion can be seen differently, because from what Faye is saying, nobody has asked Faye how often she's seeing her friend with benefits. Because if she's seeing him every week, then I think she's got a right to turn around and say, you're not single. But if she's only seeing him once every 6 months, I think she's got every right to turn around and say, I'm single in between.
If she is only seeing him once every 6 months, no, she is still single, of course. If she's seeing him every week, if she sees once,
benefits.
If I had
once a week, you're nothing.
If I had a friend with benefit that I only saw once a year, or I'm a brethren, he's not benefiting me at all.
Right, so let me just come in with some of the comments that are coming in. So, Maggie Sanford said, I do not want to be your friend with benefit, nor do I want to be your booty call, because as a mature queen, I value my worth. Have been single for 12 years and prefer to visit Ann Summers than to be booty called and mess with my emotions and mental health. That was Ifadni there. Sheena said, Jesus is Lord. Stop using the word gal, Tony. Jesus is Lord.
I'm a young man.
Right, so Tisha Braid also said, it's an American terminology. The way they date is so interesting. They date lots of people at the same time till they whittle it down to the one to get into the relationship with. I don't think they are sleeping with all, but I wouldn't put it past some of them. And that's a message from Tisha as well. There was I'm sure it must be on YouTube, because there was a message that came up that made me laugh. But what I do want to say is that it, for me, it's just interesting how we have a way of thinking one way and doing another. and it's okay. And the reason why we're having this program here today is to disrupt thinking. It is to actually disrupt your thinking and the way that we do things, our behaviors. Because actually, I'm just going to ask, if you want somebody to be your mainstay, the person that you want to be with, right, and you want to meet this person, and we know about the law of attraction, we know, what we talk about, we bring about, what we, it's all there. So if that's the case, if you have a booty call, and again, I'm going to say it again, I'm not saying I've not had a booty call. I'm not saying I had a friends with benefit. What I am saying is, could it be that this is the reason why we are on this forum, single people, because we are not committed to ourselves or anyone else, and therefore we will not get what we want because our behavior denotes something else? Just asking.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. If you've got a friend with benefit, you are potentially blocking the person that you really want or deserve, attracting to yourself.
It's like,
Faye, do you want to take that?
And I would also say, why make
Faye would think differently?
No, I don't agree. I actually don't agree with that, because I've put in the work. Nobody can't tell me I'm not ready, and I do put. And the thing is, lots of people say to me, like, put yourself here, put yourself there. I do lots of things where I put myself in situations to meet people. So I'm not blocking anything from myself. Definitely not. I understand the thing about energies, and I understand that you take on somebody's energy. I get that. But for me, I don't think I'm blocking myself, because I'm putting myself in that arena to meet people. So that's just in my case. I don't know about everything else.
My question to you then.
I think as we get older, it does get hard to meet people. I think.
Say that again. I didn't hear.
I think as we get older, it does get harder to meet people. I think.
Yeah, Perry, you're right. As you get older, it becomes more difficult. The same things that you used to do to get a partner back in your 20s and 30s don't exist in your 40s and 50s.
Exactly. It's harder. It's harder as you get older.
It's not. But it's not even that. It's harder. Somebody asked me the other day if I believe if there's any good men out there, and I said, yeah, there's loads. So they said to me, so then why are you single? And I said, because all the good men are taken. I'm at an age where they're either married or in committed relationships. So that's why it's harder. It's harder to, I want to find someone that's hitting 50. Where are they? They're all gone. They're taken.
Or they're trying to
Not
play
all of them, but
or they're trying to play young man.
I can't find the ones that
are young man. they think they're in their prime and they're still trying to play with you. I'm not here to play.
That's right, babe. Correct.
You know what I mean? I'm here to play. So if you're in your 50s and you want to play, bye-bye. See you later. I'm very, very, very clear about what I want. And if that's not what you want, let me know.
Yeah.
If you want a booty call, let me know. If you want a friends with benefit, let me know, because I can tell you no if I'm not feeling that. And equally, I can tell you yes if I am. But that doesn't mean I'm not actively looking for somebody. I've been out here for 12 years. Trust me, it is hard work. And I've met men, I've met them, don't get me wrong, but I haven't met that person that I want to be with permanently. And then what do? Like, I'm not going to be here like trying to shrivel myself up. No. Sorry, I have to do something about that. And that's where we are.
Boom.
I could be sitting here for the next 20 years and not have physical contact. It's like, oh no, honey, that's not for me.
No, sir.
I've been in a relationship since I was 16 years old. My first relationship was when I was 16 years old, and up until the age of 36, I've been in 3 long-term relationships. Now, to then suddenly not have any relationship at all, or no contact with somebody like that is hard. That is harder, actually. I'm not putting myself through that.
60 plus.
The question. Wow. Because it has been said. So I know that it's challenging
to
be single. I know that it is a challenge for most of us, for most people who are single. But my what I'm going to throw out there is that doing the beautiful and all of that hasn't got you any closer to what you want. So could it be, and I'm just asking the question, could it be that that is the block, and that even though you don't consider yourself, you consider that you are blocking yourself because you are out there, actually because you are engaged in this and your whole mindset and the whole thing that you've got going on, and it hasn't benefited you one iota. Could it be that if you tried it a different way, it might be more successful? I'm just asking.
I have though, Yvonne. I have been in that space. I have been in that space for about 3 years. I've been in that space, and to me that was
9 out of the 12 years.
Yeah.
You've this way, and it still hasn't worked, and you've only given it 3. I'm just saying.
No, but it's still been sporadic. It's still been sporadic. It's not like year in, year out. It's not like that. So there are long periods of time. I'm not saying there are long periods of time where it hasn't happened, and there was a long period of time where it didn't happen at all. So I've been in the both spaces over this time.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I can only speak for me, and I've been in both of those spaces. Because after I split with my husband, I needed that time. I needed that time to rejuvenate and re-energize myself and do all of that. I needed that time. So there wasn't any time when I was going to entertain somebody else in my space.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, well, after I'm ready, when I'm ready.
Okay, so Christine Andrews says, I think it depends on the individual. Some may be blocking and some may be able to be open to also meeting someone. But if we're honest, and let me speak to the women, if we're honest, most women get emotionally attached. Most. There is a small percentage that don't.
Yeah.
And have a booty call or a friend with benefit and feel no way, because their level of testosterone is higher than most. And I'm just going to be honest, because I have to be real. We've got to be real here. Yeah? And so you're operating from male energy. Why do I say that? Because I operate from male energy. So I'm talking from experience. So in that case, if you are operating from male energy, you can behave like a man. You can. But then on the flip side of behaving like a man, is that something that a man wants to see in the woman that he wants to have as his partner? I don't think so. I don't think that's what he wants. I'm just saying, and I'm just putting it out.
I don't know,
Men, I don't think men like.
I think in the past.
Energy, they do. Oh, go on, Ray.
I think in the past where I've been, I don't know if this is what you mean, but where I've been more like I've had men that I've started dating complain, Lorraine, you never ring, or I don't give them the attention that they want, and they say to me that I make them feel like I'm carrying on like I'm the man. I'm treating them how they usually treat Tony. But now they're getting that off of me, and I found that made them want me more. Is that what you meant when you said the male energy? I'm not sure what you meant.
No, that's not what I meant. But just to add to what you said, and I said that could be because they see you more as a challenge and they conquer because you're not into them. They want you to be into them, and so maybe that's why. But no, that's not what I meant at all. What I meant was, and I've lost my train of thought. What I meant was the fact that if you are operating from male energy, in most case scenarios, and the men can tell me if I'm wrong here, but a lot of men that I have come across, and I'm not talking for all men, I'm just ones that I've come across, have said to me that they like feminine women, right? To women to behave like they're feminine. But when they get to meet some women, there's an undertone of masculine energy where it's like two bull can live in a one pen, right? So it's that kind of that, and it puts men off.
Yeah.
So because now I'm just putting it out there, because now we are operating from that energy to say that, because naturally when you think about how women are, they are the ones, we are the receptors, we receive. So therefore we get connected a lot easier, whereas men can just what they need to do and gone. Most women are left with the emotion. So if that is the case, and we are left with the emotion, when we take on the male persona, we then become more masculine. Therefore, what the man is then attracted to us and looking at us for a long time thing, he may not want that because we're operating in male energy. And that is because we are doing the same things as men, and we were not created, our physiology is not created to do that thing. I'm just putting it out there.
Somebody just said something about Faye there from
why
Just
do you think that
You're
is?
right. 'Cause men.
Say that because I missed what you guys said. It cut out.
What did he say?
I just said that Just Debbie left a message for
I didn't
Faye.
hear what he said.
Can you hear me?
Only one person could talk at a time.
I'm just saying that Just Debbie left a message for Faye. If you could read it at some point.
Okay, right. So go for it. Read it. You can read it, Kelly. On.
All right, Faye. No disrespect, but is this how you normally talk to dates? To me, you sound like you're coming off a bit defensive.
No, I don't normally talk to dates like that. I'm very much in my feminine energy when I go on a date. Very much so. I have a masculine energy outside of looking for a man because I know that's what I want. I understand that. I have a masculine energy at work. I have a masculine energy at home. I have a masculine energy a lot of the time. But when I'm going on a date, I'm very adept at putting on my female energy. Very adept. And I don't talk to men like that. No, I don't. Actually. Unless they piss me off on the date, then I might have something to say. But do you know what I mean? No, that's not how I operate in a dating situation at all.
The thing is, I feel that.
And this is the problem, isn't it? This is the problem because when you're a strong, assertive person,
the thing is to what Yvonne said. I feel that a man like.
Hold on, right, guys. Know this: that only one person can talk at a time, right? And I know that there's a bit of a delay. So I know Faye was talking. Right. Let Faye finish what she was saying. Then Lorraine come in, and then I'm gonna bring. I want to bring in Tony because I want to hear what Tony. You're too quiet tonight. You're multi-seal, and I know so you have plenty to say. Right, you, and then
it does seem like a ladies' night, though. To be honest with you, it does seem like a ladies' night. I'm listening to the women intensely here, honestly.
Yeah,
honestly.
You complain when we don't listen, and now we're listening.
No. You can listen and have input, right? You can.
Well, we've got to listen first.
You know what, right? You know what? I've been watching a lot of American podcasts on Black people in America and relationships. And one of the things across the board that Black men don't always like is where Black woman thinks she knows it all and is argumentative and comes across very manly like. Yeah? So
I'm not getting that.
Not getting that.
What you said.
You got like Daleks, Perry.
Hear what you said there.
It's like Daleks.
Something about Black women being argumentative.
No, I'm saying I've been watching an American podcast.
Podcast
about relationships for Black couples. Yeah, and one of the things Black men have expressed is that they find that when they find a date a Black woman, the women can be very sometimes argumentative, or if they're very smart, they like to have the final say when they're talking.
So if they're very smart, they like to have the final say.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So that's one of those. Sorry. Sometimes a man doesn't always want to be arguing with somebody that's similar mentality to him. Yeah. Did you get that, Yvonne?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
So he said, but Perry said that sometimes a man doesn't like to be with a woman who has the final say, or has what we talked about in previous weeks about the strong Black woman.
Ooh, well, hold on. Are we changing the subject slightly here?
No. Perry's just making an observation.
This is the seasoning, Kelly, on.
Okay, I'm just asking.
He's making the observation in direct relation to what Lolly said. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's about sometimes, or if you look at what we were talking about with Faye. Faye has that masculine energy that some people can see that, yeah, but not all men can take that, and some men walk away from that male energy if it comes from a woman. If a woman's too strong, like Yvonne mentioned this before, she's had this issue. If I'm right, Yvonne, where a man sees you as too independent, yeah. And therefore gets afraid because you might be the breadwinner.
It's true, and yeah, absolutely. You're spot on there, Tony. In terms of, I have met men who are intimidated by the masculine, and I'll call it out. I'll call it out, the masculine energy that I have, because I do. I'm a businesswoman. I do my thing, and I ain't got time for foolishness. So, and that's because I do what I do, right? But men are and have been intimidated by what they would call me acting like I've been. It has been said to me, do I think that I'm a man? That has been said to me before.
Really?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, I've had that as well.
It's not anything to do with how I look and how I present myself, but it's actually about how I conduct and do business or whatever it is. Right? You're just a little woman. You shouldn't be able to control the situation like that. And so that has been put out before. Lorraine, you've got your hand up, and then I'm going to read some of the comments. Right?
A bit outdated.
Yeah, it was just what Tony said. I was going to say that my last partner, we were friends for 30 years, and he always used to crack jokes and say how I'm tough like a man and I'm hard faced and how he's scared of me. This was just like private little jokes throughout our whole friendship. And then when we started dating, he said to me, actually, you're nothing like I thought you were, because he realized I am actually very feminine. So it's going to like what Faye said. It depends on what setting I'm in. In my job, I work with something like 16 men and one other woman. So they don't look at me at all as feminine at all. So I think it definitely does depend on where you're at and the situation you're in. Just because you're coming across as very masculine doesn't mean to say that is actually what you are really like.
Yeah,
it's deep down inside.
Yeah. Thanks for that. It is absolutely perception. I've got a question here. There's a question by Nevada. Nevada Cater says, what if you're doing friends with benefits with one person for the past 6 years?
Girlfriend.
That's a relationship.
Relationship.
That's a relationship.
Well, that's a relationship.
Oh no, that's a relationship.
Nevada.
Again, can I just say that again?
Yeah.
Goes down to what is the regularity?
Some marriages.
Sorry, I was going to say, I think that boils down to what is the regularity, because 6 years of what? What are we talking? Once every 6 months?
It's benefits, friends with benefits, because remember, we determined what the two were. That you got the booty call, you don't talk to them, you don't really see them, they come out on when they do what they do and they leave. Friends with benefit means that you're in communication at some stage, some way.
But a man can be in communication with a lot of women. Yeah. He can have one of them come round every 6 months for the last 6 years. If you do your math, that's 12 times he's had sex in the last 6 years. 12 times.
It's the connection.
Most people have, 12 aspire to 12 times in a year, minimum. So is that really anything unusual. If you're looking for love, but every 6 months you have to get your itch scratched, you ain't in a relationship. You're just getting a itch scratched every 6 months. You're not in a relationship.
Nevada's saying he's saying it's strictly benefits.
No, it's not. That's a booty call. By your definition, Yvonne, if it's only benefits, that's a booty call. A friend with benefits is a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I can talk to a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to the cinema
and
not have the sex, but maybe once in a while, I might have some sex because we both had an itch that we needed to scratch, and nobody else is putting themselves forward for it.
Nevada's saying once a week. That's a relationship.
That's a relationship.
What are you talking about?
It's a relationship.
Once a week.
That's 52 times a year. Oh, hold up.
Exactly. These married people don't get sex.
Married people are not even doing that.
That's an agreement. That's an agreement.
It's an agreed relationship with no hassle.
But is he saying that?
That's it. It's an agreement.
Attachment.
They're
no
down
with that.
If I was getting sex once a week from somebody, I'm married.
He's saying benefits once.
Yvonne.
Yes, I can hear my name. Yes.
It's me.
Yes,
once a week. That is an agreement. That is an agreement. Once a week, you both have an agreement to link up, do whatever. Back in the day, do you remember going to dances? You will see the main squeeze woman there. You would know that woman is with that man on a regular. Yeah? So once a week thing, that is a mutual agreement. You both do what you need to do and you go about your business. So to me, that says it all. Yeah, that says it all. So if a man says to me, he wants me to be his main squeeze, I'm not in a committed relationship with you. Yeah, I'm not in a committed I'm just your main squeeze, and that's simple. That's an agreement. And both. But going back to what you were saying, Yvonne, about the and about being a strong woman, I've had a man say to me, "Oh, I didn't realize you were like this, Destiny. I thought you was a really nice, And then when you bring out the male side, you're very strong and you're very, you get perceived as, oh, you're a bit too hard and everything else." That's not the case. It's just that we have to tune in to the man's energy to get what we want. But a man doesn't like to know that because they're quite strong and they pursue you one way at the beginning, and then when it goes through, then they think, oh, hold on a second, she is getting well into this and she's showing herself now. So for me, I just be yourself, because a man shouldn't be threatened by a woman being, okay, yeah, I'm a businesswoman, I know what I'm about. Like me for me, not just by how I am, by telling you what I'm doing. It's all about how we are together. Mm-hmm. So you work with me, I work with you. But on the single side, it's kind of difficult, because some men say that they're single and they aren't. They're not single, but yet they want to chirp you every 5 minutes, like ringing down your phone.
And that's the point. I mean,
so
it works with men and women, but that's the point, that people who say they are single are not. Now, I want to come back into Nevada, because I love Nevada, because he said it's once a week. She lives quite far. That Nevada, let me just say this to you. That is an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big excuse and a big dirty lie that you've been telling yourself for 6 years. You are having a relationship with this woman. You're having sex with her once a week, at least. At least once a week. And even though she feel and listen to you to say that it's benefits, she, in her heart of hearts, is praying and wishing for you to change the situation.
I think so.
Wow.
I'm just telling you that. As I don't know the woman. I don't know who she is, but
she's catching feelings.
She
Can
is
I just touch on something quickly?
Ready.
I just touch on something.
She
I
is.
think, Yvonne, just quickly, I think both men and female, we do work both on male and female energy, or something what we do give out. You know, so it's masculine or feminine. You know, I like to see myself as a romantic, and I do like to touch on a side of women that would be classed as maybe be even being a bit feminine, right? So it could be the roses, it could be the long walks, it could be something where a next man will go, oh, that's a bit, you know, like, well, no, I'm doing this for my lady. A woman being the business, thinking business or being strong in what she's doing. Because somebody, I think it was Jay, she mentioned something that might be good to read. But she said that, you know, women should be seen as being strong, not masculine energy, but being strong when they're doing certain things, could be business or anything like that, not masculine. So I totally agree with that. You know, as a man, and I'm a masculine man, there are times when I do touch my feminine side. I don't see what the problem is.
Mm-hmm. Good point. Yes, Tony. Good point. Thanks for that, Kel.
So I want to explain something about men, as I always do. There are a lot of men that find it difficult to deal with certain types of women. And that's why you end up with this belief, which sometimes it just doesn't work when you believe that men are a certain way. Men are dogs, men are this, men are that. They can't deal with strong women. They can't deal with a woman with a masculine side and all that kind of malarkey. There are loads of good men out there who can deal with a strong black woman. Yeah. And I'll break this down like this. When I was younger, most of the guys in my group would never approach a woman who was too pretty. You know them ones like Lolly. You know Lolly. Lolly's standing in a group of 5 girls, right? And you're looking, she's like, rah, what? She's Chris, you know. And like none of the men want to approach her. So what they do is they go approach one of the friend them in the hope that they get a little breeze into the one that is the one they really wanted to talk to. But men won't go for the woman that they really wanted to, because they're like, ooh, I can't take the rejection. And who was that guy? I told Mr. P, I can see you there. Who was that guy there when I was young that was always said, go in there, Tony, go and break the ice? There was always a guy in your group was an icebreaker. And that's me.
The icebreaker, aren't you, Tony?
I'm the icebreaker. I told you this before, innit? I don't worry. I'm just gonna go in. You know, I remember famously chatting up Catherine Zeta-Jones one time. I'm like, bro, that gets Chris, you know. Go in there, bam, start chat her up. But you know, it is what it is. What it is. I thought she was pretty at the time. Hey?
I'd like the chance of Zeta-Jones.
Yeah. I thought she was pretty. Thought she was really pretty. Plus, she kind of had a nice tan as well, so she looked kind of like a browning. So I kind of like, But you know, look, guys they come in all shapes and sizes, but they also come in lots of different mentalities. So I can see a lot of comment where people are saying, yeah, well, why don't you take the woman when she's got this, and why didn't she take her when she got that? Not all men can deal with that. Not all men can deal with a strong, confident black woman.
Okay, can I just quickly comment, sorry, Tony, on what Lovato is saying? He's talking about a lady having an attitude. I'm sure Yvonne is reading that as well, yeah?
I didn't see, but let me go into it.
Yeah, you need to, he just said, I've always had very long relationships. Once the attitude sets in, I'm the first to walk out, okay?
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, I think there has to be a distinction between being strong, and I think he's talking about negativity, possibly, okay? All right, because I can tell the difference. I am attracted to strong women, okay? And I love my African Caribbean black women, okay? I mean, I love them like Lord God, okay, right? I love Jesus, I do. Right, honestly, I mean, I love me Blackberry, yeah. Okay, I have to say it straight, right? But I don't like negativity. Okay, there is a difference. There is a clear difference. I'm trying to distinguish where Nevada is going with this, because I don't think our black women are negative. They're not. They're strong women. You know.
He
So I think-
probably dates the wrong type of women.
What's that?
Say that
Sorry?
again,
He
Harry.
probably dates the wrong type of women all the time.
Right, I didn't get.
He dated the wrong type of women.
Right, possibly. Listen, I've dated quite a bit. Yeah. I mean, I'll say like it is. I've been speaking to a lot of women, and a lot of the women, and this is my living proof here. I've only come across one negative woman. The others, okay, you know, we may not have agreed, you know, and it just didn't quite work out. But I'm talking negative to a point. I've never had it before where I just said to her, you can't be positive, can you? Like you just can't do it. This is on the first date and picking her up within 7 to 10 minutes. Cut story short, there was a she said to me to come a bit later to her. It was rush hour. Finally got there. She said to me, "Oh, at last you're here." It's like, well, I would have been here on time if you didn't tell me to come later. And it's, listen, let's try to now just change the date and let's make it a good one. And she just couldn't be positive. And I was almost close to saying to her, "This is why you're single. You're just negative." That's only happened to me once. So our women are strong women. They're not negative. They're strong. You have to you've got to see the difference between the both. You know? So I just thought, let me just say that, because Nevada looks like he should be on the panel here talking.
Well,
A bit like DJ Super Me, right?
yeah, the opportunity has been made. I mean, I think the DJ Super Me is here. Relationships or codependence. Be more expressive, the DJ Super Me, so we know what you mean. Because sometimes, as we talk, the conversation kind of moves on, and then you kind of leave it behind. So if you give us a context of what you mean, then it makes it a lot easier. So Nevada says, I'll go back a little bit just to say what Kelly was saying. He says, I was called a narcissist because I exed one woman who had continuous attitude. Something I'm not used to. After warning her enough times, I had to pull the plug on her or show the red card. Couldn't take the attitude. My question to you is, what was your attitude like? That's just my question. What was your attitude? Because that's one-sided.
Yes.
It's a one-sided thing. And what you may not have liked doesn't mean to say that she was wrong. It may have meant that you couldn't agree on something, but she could have been right and you could have been wrong. You could have been right. She could have been wrong. So what about your attitude? And that's the thing. And let's get back to the subject matter of you know, are you single or not? And you know, sometimes it kind of crosses over with the conversation, because I know that some people prefer to have relationships where they have booty calls and friends with benefits and not participate in a relationship because they don't want to make a commitment, because attitude. You see the finger them? Attitude. Whose attitude is wrong? You know, whose attitude is wrong? Is it because I know that as well as we can be ignorant and arrogant as people, male and female. And sometimes when you meet someone and it's friends with benefit, it's because you're operating in ignorance and arrogance as to why you can't come together with one person and make a relationship. I'm not putting anything on anyone. I'm just throwing things out today. I'm just giving you something to think about today. I hate the A word, says ideal interview slot. How about that sometimes women are reflective and have attitude?
But men have attitudes too.
Yeah, exactly. I think you just want to stop this.
Women's attitude, but men have attitudes as well.
Yeah. I think we need to stop this. You know, men have got this characteristic and women don't, because all characteristics are present in both men and women.
Yeah.
And therefore, it's wrong to just sort of slur women with, oh, they're this and they're that, because men are the same. You know, we got men who are dogs, and treat women like shit, and then we've got women who are dogs and treat men like shit. So you know, it's a.
This is where I'm a bit
Works
stuck
both
as
ways.
well. This is where I'm a bit stuck as well, because I know I'm dealing with professional people inside this room, yeah, and on the thread, and I only date, like I read their profile, and if I'm hollering at you, it's because I respect what I've seen, and vice versa. If you hollered at me, I'd like to hope that's the same as well. So I'm not talking to a slut or a hoe or a prostitute or whatever. So I don't mean to go that deep. Yeah. So I think as African and the diaspora and black people, I think we need to have a bit more respect for each other here, because we're just using words at times. I think it's not deserved of us. We do have it in pockets, but generally speaking, I think people do actually want to be positive about how they use their time and energy.
Thank you, Kelly, on that very good point. Very, very good point. Thank you.
Lorraine's got a finger up.
Go on, Lorraine.
Yes, because Kellyon just said he vets you from your profile, and he wouldn't holler at a slut or a hoe or whatever. That touched a nerve with me, Kellyon. And I tell you why, because if you vetted me on Instagram and saw my Instagram page, you're going to be calling me a slut and a hoe. But you've got to know of me, that is not. So what I'm saying is, you can't actually tell what somebody is from their profile at all.
No. Hold on. For start, let me talk about the profiles that I've been looking at. Okay, I would see their pictures, and I'm like, oh, where they've traveled, maybe they're in a business attire, going to work or whatever. They do a certain job, so there might be, I don't know, into HR, or there might be a therapist. So already I've built a kind of a respect for me to even want to holler at them, because I'm into discussion. I do want to talk to the person. So what I'm saying is that I'm not going in the forefront of actually wanting to, like, if I want somebody like that, you know, if it's slut hole, if that's the way you're going, I don't have to go on a dating app. I'll just go King's Cross, you know. I'll just go Soho. Yeah. So if I'm on any kind of dating app, I want to have a weight of discussion as well as be attracted to you. I'm 44, not 18. Yeah, and I love I Facebook you, Lorraine, and I blush at times of what you do on that poll. So come on, girl.
Okay.
Come on, yes, then. If we're gonna make it personal.
My Facebook and my Instagram are two different people. They're two different people.
Let me see that, because I ain't seen
that
yet.
You wouldn't chat to me on Instagram. Trust me, you wouldn't, because this is a different person.
Me, I want to see it
it's
now.
Not the same.
You're ready to hear what I'm saying.
Kelly's interested. I think we have a little matchup going on here. Isn't it?
Oh, come on. Just having
If you can find me, I'll accept you.
Sorry?
She says she'll accept you, Kels.
How you would accept me?
On Instagram. But do you think? But then Lorraine, he's got to know you as a person. So now he's already built up that what you are like. So anything that he sees on Instagram, anything that he sees on Instagram, he's not going to have that perception, because he's already got to know you as a person. Do you get what I mean? So I agree with you, because you have to get to know a person, regardless of what you're seeing. You still have to get to know that person, because, as I say, it could be an alter ego. Lots of us have alter egos. Do you know what I mean? So I think, unless Kelly on your Instagram, he's not going to think that, because he's already got that relationship with you. So,
well,
somebody thinks I'm blushing.
If we're somebody's saying, is he still blushing now?
Right.
Still blushing now? Yes, you are.
His head is shining.
He wants to date. Give it to him. Give him a try. Listen.
He would do that first.
Can I just say this openly? I actually have said to myself and maybe one other person, that I actually think that Lorraine and Kellyon would make a really good couple. That's just me.
Wow.
Give it
I
to him.
have said that. I have, but it's not for me to put my 2 pence in, even though I did. But what I want to say, Mr. P saying, go on, give it to, I think he's saying give in to him, not give it to him, but give in and let him take you out on the day. Now, the thing is, I think that Christine Douglas says some people can put up a fake profile of themselves and make out that they are business-like, but they could be a slob, which is true. If you're, one of the things that I think that's good about what we have here is the fact that we get a chance to get to know each other and we get to correspond with each other. And one of the things that Lorelei has said from day one is that she don't want to just meet a man just like that. She wants a friend. And that's really important for her in the process.
It is.
And this network has grown. We, some weeks you see a few people on, but some weeks there's loads of people on, and we are connecting with people. And that was the purpose of this from day one. It is for us to connect and make relationships, friendships that will blossom and grow.
Yeah.
But my concern is if we are constantly having friends with benefits and situationships, let's just call it situations, are we ever actually going to give the time, the space to that person that we actually really want to be with? That's my question. Tony, you've got your finger.
So on that question, I believe that boils down to your maturity. I believe that for some people, mainly the friend with benefits is something that can be achieved in a mature manner, because you are of an age where you may have had your children and you're no longer looking for a person to have children with. You might have had a hysterectomy and said, that's it, I'm done. You're at an age now where you're saying we're ready to move on to just living life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So at 40, are you looking at marriage? Probably not. You're probably like,
Why
well,
not?
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, why not? You're right.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, absolutely. But some people might be of like, you know what, Destiny, I will tell you, I'm 2 marriages down. I'm 52. Am I looking at next marriage? If a woman meets me,
Yeah.
is she thinking he's just looking at another number? So I'm going to say it's a maturity aspect, what you're looking for, how you portray yourself, how you project what you're looking for to the woman, and how she interprets that. Communication is key. We've been saying this for a long time, but ultimately, I believe that, I've got to know a lot of you, a lot of beautiful, wonderful Black people in this forum over the 28, 29, 31, however many weeks we've been doing this. And I kind of, we have our foibles. We can't all agree on everything, but that's life. But what I do know is, we're mature people. And some of us, I believe, are of an age where we can go, you know what? I can understand why a guy like Tony isn't particularly looking for marriage, but he wants a partner and he wants to be sexually active. Or I can understand why Faye...
I need a chance here. Give me a chance, Lolly.
Faye might not be looking for husband material, but or a husband, sorry, but she's looking for someone she can invest in and call that man my man. And they have, happily ever after. So it's just an interpretation thing.
Okay, so Lolly's had her hand up, and then we're going to come into Destiny. Then I'm going to read out Evadne's statement there. So Lolly, then Destiny. It looks like Lolly's frozen. So Destiny, you do your bit and then we'll come back to Lolly.
Yeah, I agree with Tony. It's about the maturity, 100%. And to be honest, why wouldn't you want to look to
I was going to say,
get
for me,
married after
going on what
40?
Tony said,
There's no.
Sorry, Lorraine's got a really bad delay, so she was
You
literally
have.
about 10 seconds behind you.
Okay,
So
let's
I think you should let Lorraine go, because if you give her like 10 seconds, she'll start talking.
So we're just going to sit here for 10
11,
seconds.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
Still go.
19.
Okay.
You can hear now. I'm not frozen.
All right, come on, Lorraine.
Thanks, Sheena. There's hope for me yet, yeah?
I don't know if anyone can hear me.
We can hear you. We can
What's
hear you.
going on?
Just talk. Quick.
He said it's maturity. I think friends with benefits was easier when I was younger.
Okay. Lorraine, go out and come back in for me. Let's just see if we can get a different line, because it was good before and it's starting to dial it. Go out and come back in. Destiny, tell us what you was going to say.
Yeah, I was saying on Tony's aspect, he was speaking about the maturity side. I mean, looking at marriage, why wouldn't it be a good thing to marry after 40? Because there, you know, your mindset will be more settled if you're over 40. And therefore you know exactly what you're looking for. However, it may have taken you probably 20 odd years to actually find that person to settle down with them and commit. And there was someone in the chat, Yvonne, Ideal Interview Slot. They were speaking about the dress, how someone dresses.
Yeah.
And it's obviously how a woman dresses or a man dresses would it's how someone would actually present themselves to you. So in that aspect, if someone is single, yeah, if you're out there with if say for instance, I'm 50 and I'm like, I don't dress with tight clothes or short skirts. Am I looking for a booty call? Is it how I'm dressing? Could that depict how I dress? Or if I'm a little bit more conservative, would that say I'm still looking for a booty call? So I think it's about how you dress as well. How it differentiates you as a person, as an individual.
Okay. I think I'm gonna come in. Oh, I'll let Faye come in. Let Faye come in.
I would disagree slightly on the dressing thing, because I would say for me it's more about what I look like. So I could be in anything really. I think if a man likes my shape, he's just going to like my shape. So it doesn't matter what I'm dressed in. I could be dressed conservatively. I could be dressed a little bit less conservative. Because they're seeing the shape of me, that's what's determining whether they want to have sex with me or whether they want a relationship with me. Because I think a lot of people see me and think I'm just this sexual being, and that's all I'm looking for, just because of the shape of me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you for that. We've got, I'll just read out the comment that Ideal Interview Slot said. I think people need to remember that you are addressed by the way.
I agree.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sadie Potter says, I said that you are addressed by the way you are addressed. I think sometimes people can determine how they are because of their attire. And I think that is in some cases. I think so. Because we have the mutton dress as lamb syndrome with male and females. We do. because sometimes I see some man in some tight up pants, and I'm just like, how are you breathing? Because you can see the balls in the trousers. You can. I'm just saying, because
No, you can't.
Yes,
No,
you
you can't.
can. Tony, do you?
I dress men for
No.
a living, Yvonne. You
Listen
can't
to-
see nobody balls in a
Listen
trouser.
to me. I am not playing with you, Tony, today. My eyes are my eyes, and I can tell you for sure the trousers
Wanna
are
see balls
so
in a
tight.
trouser?
The trousers are so
Blouse
tight.
Skinny jeans, skinny jeans.
They're cutting into the man's balls, right? So you don't. And I'm a voyeur. I look.
And a trouser the man wear. The man wear lycra.
I don't know what he's wearing underneath the trousers.
No
but
kind of trouser
to the
can
line,
show balls.
Anyway,
Me
Possibly
know
wearing
no
anything
kind of
underneath.
trouser can show balls. You know.
Skinny jeans, Tony. Skinny jeans show
No,
up.
I
They
wear
do.
skinny jeans.
Do you know
Well,
what? But
But I
ladies,
wear
it's
slim
been a
fit.
long
But I
time.
know what skinny jeans is. As I said, I dress people for a living.
Watch him now.
Yeah.
So you let me dress people for a living.
I dress people in skinny jeans. Me not see balls.
You know, think some man come on me out and me dress. You know, think some know about man physique. Listen, it's been a long time since me and Tony have knocked heads. It's been a few weeks.
Show me a picture of a man in a skinny jeans with his balls,
Listen,
and I will concede. Until such point, me not business.
Listen, Douglas says he's wearing leggings. Yes. Delroy says this is why we are single. Both parties have too much friends with benefits. So each time they meet a new person, the trust factor is not there until they get to know each other. That's what that's a good comment actually. Thank you for that. But as I said,
Camel toe.
you cannot wear the type up. But yeah,
Debbie, please send me a picture. I want to see what a skinny jeans man look like with him balls.
Let me tell you something. I never said he had skinny jeans on. I never said he had. I said
Yeah, if a man is wearing
trousers,
them lycra thing, that's not trousers though.
Listen,
that's not trousers.
It's a pair of trousers the man have on, and
that's not trousers in my wear. If you see balls, it's not trousers in my wear.
Can we move on, please? Can we move on?
Listen, I'm just gonna say this. I looked at my friend, and my friend looked at me, and we both said, this man is not playing. Listen, the man's trousers were tight. You could see the print. Same like you can see the line of a woman when the leggings or the trousers is too tight. You can see.
You see the difference? You just said leggings. Some of them man like to wear leggings, you know. Some of them man like to wear leggings. Some of them trousers.
Tony, you see, it had to happen. It's been about 4 weeks, so we've not knocked heads for 4 weeks. So I'm so sorry, guys, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry that me and Tony are having a moment.
Hush up, Karen.
We are knocking
You're too
heads.
loud.
I'm just telling you, Tony. I'm just telling you that I said leggings and trousers. Don't just take one piece of the word.
All right.
Run with it. Listen to the whole conversation.
All right. Go on.
Right. Karen said, put Pony on mute. Listen, where is Theo, the sound engineer? I don't have access. There's a sound engineer behind this. I cannot mute him. Yeah. Anyway, so going back to the conversation about us being single and having friends with benefits or a booty call, is this preventing us from? I actually think, and this is my thinking, I'm just going to put it out there. I think that we are doing ourselves, could be doing ourselves a great injustice by having these things, because we are not actually factoring. We've got this over here. We've only got a little space here for what we actually really want. But if we got rid of that, we could create such a big space for what we actually want. We'd probably get it if we just gave it a bit of time. That's my thinking. Because if we're giving, listen, there's a saying, and I've been saying it for the last few days. If you give away your batty, you will shit through your rib cage, right? And this is what I believe that's happening. And it's an old West Indian saying, by the way. I didn't make it up. That's from my grandmother. If you give away your batty, you will shit through your rib cage. Listen, if we're too busy doing that over here, this space over here is neglected, and that's where your energy, your light, your presence should be, so you attract what you actually want. But if you are in this space and you're doing that, you're actually attracting what you don't want. And that's all I'm saying. And I kind of, because I believe in the law of attraction, I believe that what we bring about, what we talk about, we bring about. What we do about, we bring about. So if we're doing this thing, that's what we're going to be bringing to us, because we're in it. So it can't, the cycle will never change. And I will say this, and then I'm going to bring you guys in, because we're coming down to the last minute. A friend of mine, let me just say this, a friend of mine gave up everything. She gave up every relationship she had. She just gave up everything, cut everybody off, and focused on what she wanted. And she went online and she met a few people. And then she met her present partner. And this partner she met in the lockdown. And now they are engaged to be married. She was so intentional. She was so specific about what she wanted. She got rid of all of that booty call, friend with benefit, all of these things. She's moved. She lived up north. She's moved down south. She's got a beautiful house with her partner, and they are now engaged to be married. I'm just saying. And she's not the only one. She's not the only one. Not the only.
That sounds wrong. I don't know. I'll tell you why that sounds wrong. Because if she gave up all of that and he's turned around and let her move down south in 9 months, well, good luck.
They've moved together. But then, see, the thing is, and here it is, and this is why we have no relationship, because we don't want to trust. We don't want to trust.
You know,
we don't want to give up the old shit. Oh, did I say that? We don't want to give up that old stuff. You know, that's not doing us any good. It's comfortable, but it's not doing us any good.
Do you know what, Tony, when you just said just then, I think this is what Tony said, this is a black thing, because my white friends will meet someone and be married in a year and still be married 10 years later, they're still married. But black couples, we seem to be together for years and years and years and years, just waiting for it to fall apart.
Yeah.
Whereas they're more hopeful and work harder and don't just give up because one's in a different space from the other. They work through it. But maybe that's a discussion for another show.
It is. And again, I can be the expert on that one. That don't always work, because white people are the same as black people. Sometimes they wait and wait and wait and wait, and sometimes they throw it in. Like my second wife, who was white.
Yeah, I think it's down to individuals, but I'm just saying the person that I'm speaking about is white, and they are very happy. DJ Super Me, the DJ Super Me has a comment. You know what, the DJ Super Me, I really want you to come on panel. I'm really inviting you, because we're waiting for you, you know.
We're waiting.
And
you don't have to be single to come on.
And you would have been safe today, because Sheena's not on today. You. The DJ Super Me was saying, and this is the thing, and this is the, and I know we kind of go off topic, come back to it. He's saying, Dawnette Walker says, I don't think colour makes a difference. I disagree.
I agree though.
Oh, it does.
I think it does.
I think it does.
I think it does. I absolutely think it does. And I will say, white people are freer.
It's not. I think it's not the colour. It's probably the way we've been brought up, or some subconscious thing or something. But there's a difference.
Yeah.
So the point, Sadie Potter, is that I'm not white, but the person who threw in the relationship was white. So the analogy of the black people throwing it in didn't apply in this situation. It applied to the white woman as opposed to the black man.
Yeah, we.
If you see where I'm coming from.
I'm not even gonna. I was gonna ask a question, but I heard the Spirit of the Lord said, "Shut your mouth, no." And you will hear.
I think it's definitely for another show. It's definitely for another show.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard the Spirit of God said, shut your mouth. Don't ask no question. You will hear no lie. Yes. So Delroy Tollett says she's right, Tony. Move to a new environment actually mean that you won't be bumping into exes at the same area. New start, new life with relocation, best way. It's working for
Good
them.
luck, as I said. You know, genuinely, good luck. I just, you know, someone who's got a load of baggage, who just dropped it off like that, and then 9 months later is getting married. My book just says maybe you want to just give it another year or two before you start asking the question. I ain't asking nobody a question in 9 months. Just simple as that. Ain't nobody getting me to ask a question in 9 months. Simple. Never have done, never will do.
Do you know what will happen to you now, Tony? I laugh if you meet someone in 3 months, you'll be saying,
You never know.
I'm getting married.
Ain't never happening. Ain't happening.
Nevada left a message there. Could you read it?
Can we put Nevada's message back up, please? Yeah, I've been in long relationship. 6 months after engagement ring goes, it's all over. I dare not try again. Friends with benefits it is. Well, you've had friends with benefits for the last 6 years.
Once a week.
Once a week, you know.
Right?
Once a week.
6 years you've had one booty call, or you may have had more. I'm just
saying.
But actually, bro,
no booty calls.
You got to start looking at yourself in the mirror and being honest with yourself. You're having a relationship with a person you're having a booty call with. You're having a relationship. It's a relationship, and she can guarantee that you're gonna come and see her once a week. Guaranteed. Doesn't matter what day. She knows you're gonna come, and that's what she wants, and she's happy with that. She don't want more than that. She's happy with that. She's happy to have you come and see her, service, do whatever, scratch the itch, however you want to put it. She's happy with that. And so whatever you did 6 years ago is irrelevant, because for the last 6 years you've been having a relationship with your booty call.
Look at Lorraine laughing her head off.
I'm just saying. Right, Georgina Williams saying tomorrow isn't promised. I just thought to be waiting. Absolutely. When you get to this age, do you really want to wait?
Yeah.
After you've done the initial,
yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I ain't rushing into nothing.
Live in the moment.
Sorry. What am I
that's
rushing
you've
for?
been married twice, though, Tony. That's probably why.
So what? Are you rushing because you ain't got married? You go,
no,
I run out of time. I need to get married. Who says you got to get married at all?
I will say this to you.
Marriage ain't no big thing. It's just a piece of paper. It's not important.
So why did you do it twice?
Because I thought I found the one.
But it wasn't important. It was just
wasn't important.
Twice.
I think Tony should leave the marriage thing alone. That doesn't work for you, Tony.
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. You see me there?
Stay in the friends with benefits zone.
I'm gonna be a friend for a long time.
A lot of people. Commitment is important to me. And so I'm just going to say it out loud, because I do believe that when I meet the person, it will not be a long time before a commitment is made. I do believe that. I believe that I will meet somebody and we will be in tune and we will want the same things and we will just go for it. Because when you get to a certain age, I haven't got time to be living with someone and making up excuses as to why I can't commit or he can't commit to me. No. The end of the day, it's about value, and I value who I am. I value what I bring to the table, because I know when I come, I'm coming good, and when he come and he's with me, trust me on this, he's going to come very, very well.
Good.
In every which way. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Listen, we've got like 5 minutes, so I'm saying we've got 10 minutes.
Lorraine's got her finger up.
Go on, Lorraine.
I was just going to say, with the rushing thing to what Yvonne just said, my last relationship, my late partner, we were together for maybe 5 years, and He wanted to commit after 3 months. He wanted to get engaged, and I said, no, let's wait. And then he bought a property and wanted me to move in with my children. I said, no, let's wait. I said, I'll come to your house on Friday nights and go home Monday morning. And we did that. And I now look back and see that as wasted time. Why did I do that? What was I waiting for? Why was I saying it's just a piece of paper? And now, so far, he's been the love of my life, and I missed out on all that time because I don't even know what I was fearing back then. So that I disagree with Tony, and I'm with Yvonne. If I meet someone that makes me feel that way again, I'm jumping in feet first.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I'm ready to receive that person, honestly. With everything else going on, I mean, there's not a lot going on anyway. Don't be under any illusions. There's not much going on.
But when are we?
I'm ready to receive that person, and I'm ready to be married again. And so I've taken all of the relationships that I've had before, all of the experiences that I've had before, and I'm mentally ready. I'm mentally prepared for it. So whenever he comes, I know what I bring to the table, and I hope he brings just as much. So,
Kels, you looking for marriage?
Tony, I'm like you in a way. I'm not rushing like that. I'd say that I'm in a honeymoon single life right now. I'm just enjoying life as it is until I feel that it's time to commit like that. And there are some women on here, beautiful women, that get emotionally attached, as they say, and I don't want to get knocked out, if I'm not fulfilling that, need that they have, area that they have. I'm not looking to get uppercut,
Lorraine, he's referring to you.
I have to be honest.
Sorry,
we say Perry. Come in.
Did he say?
For a little while.
I think he's referring to you, Lorraine. He doesn't want to get thumped. Last thing he said, if you don't give him my citizens, knock out
Helen, you're forgetting, yeah? As long as you feed me, I ain't thumping you. I'm all yours. Feed me.
Wow,
food
that sounds
to my heart.
There you go, Kel.
That sounds like an invitation, doesn't it?
Right.
Okay. All right, Lorraine. I heard you, honey. I heard you.
Okay, so
you.
give me your sum up of tonight, because we're coming to the end of the show. Actually, show's gone so quick tonight. Just give us your sum up of.
Well, it's gonna be short and sweet. It's gonna be short. Say is, don't be a rolling stone. Yeah. Bottom line, be yourself, and you'll find your destiny. The clue's in the word destiny.
Ooh.
You see, Destiny's new to the panel, guys. So
is she single?
Are you single, Destiny?
She's frozen.
Are you single, Destiny?
It's a delay.
That's a convenient pause, isn't it?
No, I'm not.
Well, if you want to meet your destiny, she's right here.
She's spoken for, she just said.
She's spoken for.
Yeah.
Oh, did she? Oh. Well, never mind, men. She's taken. All right. So, Perry. Your final thoughts.
Yeah. Be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to be something you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do meet the right person, you shouldn't have to wait till you're married.
You shouldn't have to. Did you get that? You shouldn't have to.
When you're in love with somebody, you shouldn't have to wait if you know that person's the one.
Okay. And as you said that, let me just add what Just Debbie said. She says, it can happen. I did a ting with a man on the first day. He came from Jamaica and moved from Birmingham to live with me within 3 months. We've been together for 19 years. It can happen. That's Just Debbie. Who hasn't? Faye, have you given your synopsis of tonight?
No, my synopsis is I'm single till I declare he's my man.
Or you're sick of that? Kelly on.
What?
Your synopsis of tonight.
Just basically find that person you connect with, and until then, just live life.
Okay, wonderful. And Tony.
You forgot Lorraine.
No, I'm coming to Lorraine after.
Okay. Well, it's just great talking to everybody. It's you know we're like family, innit? We're like that the Waltons on here. But yeah, you know, look, we it's great that we all have different opinions and we can talk about it maturely and with fun and enjoyment, and you know, go out and find your one. You know, if you're still single, whether you be with a benefit or without a benefit, find your one.
Okay. Right. Karen Eastman says, and then I'm gonna come into Lorraine. Karen Eastman says, don't worry, when Tony meets that person, we'll see him at the bottom of the aisle in his tight up balls. Yes. There you go.
No, as a tailor, miss a tight suit, you know.
Karen, your balls are gonna drag. That's it.
Good.
So Lorraine, babe, there you go.
Karen, hush up.
Lorraine.
These Asian girls, I don't know what's wrong with them.
I'm like, hey, I'm single.
You're
and
talking about me, Tony.
Yeah.
You're not funny. Go on, Lorraine.
I'm like Faye, I'm single and ready to mingle, but I may also be a hypocrite. And yeah, I'm hoping I want it all. I know what it feels like to be loved. I know what it feels like to love. And I know what it feels like to be in love. And I want that again. And when I find it, I will know. And I'm jumping in head first. Feet first, head first, everything first. As long as they can cook.
It's all about food, Kels. Kels.
Oh man.
You
lot give me joke, man.
Black love is never praised and isn't normalized in media. For those who live by the internet, white love is normalized, and that's what it is. And then Just Debbie says, Kel is just so chill. You're just so chill, Kel. So you know, we're observing you, Kel. You're being observed, which is lovely. So
Debbie.
We have come to the end of the show tonight, and I don't know if we're any further forwards than where we were when we started, to be fair, in this one, in terms of the situationship, in terms of finding or having put the booty aside and friends with benefit. But I'm just going to say this, and I'm just going to make a declaration to those who are watching that may or may not like to have conversations with me, because there are many people who have conversations with me or try to in the week. If you have a friend with benefit or you have a booty call, please don't call me, because I'm not interested. I am not interested in sharing anything, any part.
Yeah, I agree.
With anyone.
I agree.
I am giving my whole self, my good whole self to a man to date, to talk, to whatever, then I expect the same in return. So therefore, I am making an open declaration to whomever it is. If the cat fit, you better wear it. If you have a booty call or a friend with benefit and you are sniffing around me, do not bother. And I tell you what, I will find out, I will know. Because I can tell a liar when I see one. All right? So listen, my dad taught me.
See,
well.
all them people in good polyamorous relationships, Yvonne just killed that. Kill it dead.
Should I tell you why? Because eventually, and I'll tell you why. Eventually, we will. If I tell you like me and we're going in the same direction, eventually we will share body fluids. And I'm not sharing any body fluid with someone who's sharing body fluids with someone else. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
My body is a temple. It is clean.
Yeah.
And I expect the person that I'm with to be the same. That's my expectation. If you can't have the same expectation as me, then stay where you are. I know Kelsey's like looking like, all this polyamorous stuff, I'm not interested in. I'm just saying. And I'm going to end the show on that, to make honor hear what we say. Right? I'm just not interested. That's where it's at. If we come together, we have an agreement on something and it's a bit freaky, whatever, then that's our agreement. But there must be an agreement. You can't come with your funk and brass and want to lay on me. I'm not having it. Just who I am. You wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want me to put that on you, so don't put that on me. That's where I'm leaving the show. So here what I'm saying is, Friend with Benefit is done. And what's the other one? Booty Call was never really one anyway. Let's just say. Friends with Benefit, yes. Booty Call, nah. You can't just come and call me and say what you're saying. Get lost. Get behind me. That's what you get. Get lost. Get behind me. That's it. If it's a friend with benefit, we can work on that. So anyway, we're at the end of the show. We're at the end of the show. I love you guys.
Bye. Yeah.
Next week.
Very good.
Welcome, Perry.
But I want to send much.
Nice one, Perry.
Thank you so much. Do remember tomorrow night, ladies, we are meeting up with Tony in his group tomorrow night, 7:30.
MySpace.
Is it 7:30 or 7, Tony?
7:30, ladies. Come join on the Zoom. We're talking about colorism.
Colorism.
Oh.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
We're going in.
We will be back next week between the hours of 10 and midnight for After Dark. And let me just say this, for those of you who did vote for me for the Baton Awards, thank you so much. It was great. And I had an amazing time today. So thank you very much. Ciao, ciao. And we will be back.
Bye.
Bye.
You ready? You got me running. Got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it.